Hello everyone. So let us continue our discussion with arrays. So arrays are basically a data structure which can store multiple values of similar data type under common variable name. So for example, we have declared an integer array. This 100 represents the number of values we can store at max in this data type ARR, which is an integer type array. We need to declare this number initially. Otherwise, we need to initialize the array here itself within second brackets by putting commas and entering the elements, something like this. In that case, we do not need to mention the number here. Otherwise, we have to mention the maximum size of the array here. Then this is another example of a character type array, which can store all the values in this can be stored as characters. Then we see how to take input in an array. For that, we would need a loop, and for accessing each location of the array, we mention the location in square brackets like this. We take input in a loop. So one interesting thing to note here, that the indexing starts from 0. So if the input is like this, so ARR 0 will be the first element we have taken as input, so that will be mapped like this. So let us look at a program to make things a lot clearer. So this is a program to find the sum of the different pairs of elements in the array and find the maximum sum of the sum which we can get from the pairs. So here we have initialized the array itself, so we have not mentioned the number here. Then we have to traverse the array in two loops. We need to use nested loop here. So for example, we will see how this is working. So the array is like this: 3 5 2 1 9. So initially the value of I is 0, so I is here, and j starts from I plus 1. So j is here at the moment. We have initialized max to 0 here. This is the possible value of max which can be exceeded by any of the pairs, as all the numbers here are integers. So we add ARRI plus ARRJ to print the sum of each pair. So let's see how we are traversing through each of the pairs. So when j equal to I plus 1 and j runs from I plus 1 to n. So first j will be here, so we'll get 3 plus 5, 8. Then next j moves to 2, points to 2, and then we will get 3 plus 2, 5. And similarly, then j moves to 1, and then we will get 3 plus 1, 4. Like this, j finally moves to this position. So this is the 0 1 2 3 4. This is the fourth index, and n is 5 we have initialized here. So j will be less than n becomes false once j becomes 5. So after that I increments by 1, and now I comes to 1. So I comes to 5, and then j comes to 2 because j is I plus 1. So like this, j moves from I plus 1 to the last location, and after that I moves by 1 place, and then j again shifts, and like this, whenever I moves to the n minus 1th location, j has only one location to go, which is the nth location, which is in array indexing n minus 1. So here we can even reduce the number of iterations by making this n minus 1. So this will cover all the possible pairs, and there will be 10 pairs which we can compute mathematically, like 5c2 will be equal to 10. And in the max, we are checking if the current pair is greater than the max, and if it is greater, we are updating max with that current pair. Finally, we are printing out the maximum sum as max. So let us run this program and see if we get the desired output. So as you can see, the sums are given by 8, 3 plus 5, 8, then 3 plus 2 5, then 3 plus 1 4, then 3 plus 9 12, and similarly 5 plus 2 7. You can check it, and the maximum sum here is 14, so 14 is printed here. This problem can also be solved easily using sorting, but this is an important thing to keep in mind, how to traverse each pair in an array by using nested loops. Thank you.